beautiful people. Welcome to Susan in Family Cooking TV from Susan in Family TV. How are you all doing? Hope you are doing great. As for me and my daughter, are doing super great. By His grace, amen. Not by power, amen. And we wish you the same out there, amen. Beautiful people, welcome to another educative, entertaining, interesting, inspiring, educative video from Susan in Family Cooking TV. So today we are going to be talking about two true life stories, and the first one says America supported 8 years old Nigeria chess player to achieve his goal. And the second one says reasons a Nigerian man born in US said he still didn't feel belonging even when he's an American citizen. So if you want to know about these two Nigerians amazing little kid, 8 years little kid America supported for his chess player to achieve his goal. And if you also want to know the reasons why a Nigerian man born in US said he still didn't feel belonging in America even when he's an American citizen. So if you want to know this true life amazing story we're about to talk about, try watch the full video to the end. And please, if you love this video we're about to talk about, please don't forget to give a thumbs up to this video, and please subscribe. Another time, we appreciate your subscription, we appreciate you taking your time to view our videos. And please, when you subscribe, don't forget to press the notification bell so that anytime we upload amazing videos, you can see my daughter and we do our best to bring to you amazing, educative, entertaining, inspiring videos that from the beginning to the end you will learn something. And we hope that from the beginning of this video till the end you are going to learn something. And when you do, please give a thumbs up and please do share this amazing video. So without wasting time, beautiful people, because it's going to be the man in Nigeria who lives in Nigeria now, who prefers living in Nigeria over America. The video is very long, so for our little cutie pie 8 years old Nigeria boy who is a chess player that America supported for him to achieve his goal, we are just going to play the video for like two to 3 minutes so that you can see how America supported this amazing 8 years old Nigeria chess player to achieve his goal in America. So let me pause the video and bring the video out so we don't waste time. So it's not 10 years, but it started when it was 8.
Is a Nigerian-born American FDI master. Adeomi made headlines when he won the 2019 New York State K3 Chess Championship while living in a homeless shelter. Adeomi's family had fled Nigeria after receiving death threat from religious extremists and took refuge in New York in 2017. After the New York Times published his story, Adeomi became an international star and multiple people stepped into to help the young player thrive. Here is how he became a chess master.
This young man is amazing. He's a Nigerian refugee who once lived in a New York City homeless shelter. And while he was in that shelter, he won the New York State Chess Championship. But folks, he was just getting started. With the help of photographer Tom Stasiak, we give you the story.
Wonderful. Can you see we Nigerians? Oh la la.
This 10-year-old came to St. Louis to visit a place he will most likely reside one day. The World Chess Hall of Fame.
Tony is the best 10-year-old in the United States, hands down.
Wonderful! America declaring a Nigerian boy 10 years old the most wonderful child in America. Ooh la la. So touched. We are so proud of you, we Nigerians. Ooh la la. Making Nigeria proud.
Tony knows he was blessed with ability.
Oh.
It just comes to me, and I'm very creative with it.
He's a deep thinker at a young age. Tony has already written 4 books. Have most 10-year-olds even read 4 books?
I have to play like a beast now.
And he's keenly aware of his goals.
Let's pause it. Advert is coming.
Has anybody ever gone over 2,900?
No, the highest is 2882 by Magnus Carlsen. I mean, there's nothing that makes me more happy than to move a chess piece. It's like
Wonderful.
you have the piece and you put it on the square, like take the other piece. Like
Oh,
it feels so relieving.
oh,
Tony
so
Toluca on a movie.
cute.
Goes by Tony. He's a
Oh,
rising chess star. He's already a national master, just
very
steps away from the
intelligent.
ultimate title of Grandmaster. This 10-year-old wants to be the youngest person ever to hold that honor. How many moves can you see in advance?
I was thinking that we are going to record 2 to 3 minutes, but it's just so like too entertaining. We can't just take the video off. So I believe many people would love to see more of this little amazing young 8 years old. It's now 11, I think by now it's 11 years even. So he started his chess player when America started supporting him at 8 years.
And I'm playing it on each board.
Mm-mm.
Tanny, this must be so overwhelming. How did you feel when you won that championship?
Oh, he won a championship. He defeated all America kids in the chess playing. Oh.
That fast? Yeah.
When did you learn how to play chess? Is it something you played before?
No, like a little bit over a year ago.
Oh, just a year ago it started. And it's perfect in
I
it.
got into it when my
Oh.
brother,
Oh.
he started teaching me chess, but he didn't teach me the right rules. Until Coach Sean came and then he taught me the right rules.
Someone taught him in a year. He defeated all the America kids in chess playing.
Like, they're really supportive.
Oh, so supportive. We give a big applause to America for supporting this Nigeria kid to achieve his
How did you go
goal.
about teaching him? And did he just pick it up like that?
Every kid deserves the opportunity to learn chess, and Tanner is no different. We wanted to play him, we wanted to have him, and his acceleration.
Oh, so amazing. He's defeating everyone in America, the little boy. Ooh la la! So amazing. So intelligent. Wonderful. He was taught this chess playing just in a year and is defeating kids adults in America. Wonderful. He defeated the man also.
Right?
Yeah, you want to defeat this woman also now. Uh-huh.
I am nothing. It feels like tough when it goes down on time, like when it goes to less than a minute, and then it feels more nerve wracking because of the time is like I really feel like I'm so excited to look at this with an engine. Okay, you know I'm losing. All right, I'll give you a little bump. There we go.
Yeah, let's give him an applause. So wonderful, people. You can see. I just want to play the video because when I say it just like that without having a proof, it's like many people will like, oh, we want to see the video. So that is why I even wanted to like, let's do a video of 2 to 3 minutes. But because why? The boy is so amazing, and Nigerian boy, 8 years old. I think by now it's 11 years. So he started 8 years, and America they supported him for him to achieve his goal, and now is the best chess player at his age in America. Is the best chess player in America. So what we are trying to say is that when our kids have someone who can like stand by them, just like we parents we stand by our kids, and also when our kids goes to school, the school stand by our kids for our kids to achieve what the kind of, let's say, the kind of field of studies our kids want. Like, let's give example. My daughter say, oh mom, she want to study as a medical doctor, and I say, okay, by his grace My daughter and me, we are working towards it. And the school, my daughter, she goes and they stand by her. You can see that my daughter will be able to, throughout her secondary school, throughout her university with her, she will not have any delay. She will not have any problems in the school, because why? The school is supporting her, just like I, the mama, standing by her, So along the line, there are some schools that will like, oh, maybe there are some teachers there who don't want like African child to become the top, So we are going to be talking about that now. I said 8-year-old Nigeria chess player defeated USA Kids. Let's give a big applause to the amazing 8-year-old Nigeria chess player who defeated USA Kids. We Nigerians, our kids, and we are all intelligent. That is true. Every kid have my daughter have a talent. My daughter know what she wants to study and become in future, which God have declared my daughter to be. And with good health and long life, I pray that no one can ever be able to stop my daughter from studying through a secondary school, university, for my daughter to become an amazing woman. God Almighty have declared my daughter already is. With good health and long life, God Almighty have permanent for my daughter and me. Amen. So every kid have their own talent. My daughter have a talent. She knows what she wants to become in life. Every kid out there have their talent. They know what they want to become in life. So I also went ahead and wrote, and when our kids are given the opportunity to show their talent, it's always more than our expectation. That is true. When our kids are given the opportunity, when our kids say this is what we want to do, and we parents will stand by our kids, you will see that at the end of it is going to be like, we are going to be, the expectations we are going to be expecting is even going to be more, because why? Starting it, we were going to say, oh, our kids said they want to do these things, but we don't know how it's going to be. But because why? That is the field of studies our kids want. That is what our kids want. We will see that at the end of the day. That's why I say, when our kids are given the opportunity to show their talent, is always more than our expectation. It will be more than what we expected, because that is what our kids want to do. So I also went ahead and wrote, I think I did a second video. I say, when schools can allow our kids to choose their field of studies, the world will be a better place. That is true. If only schools can allow our kids to choose the field of studies, just like as now my daughter is doing homeschool. Something led to the homeschool that my daughter is doing. I made a mistake in my daughter primary school. Nobody want to listen, just because my daughter and me, we showed love to handicapped kids. My daughter was supposed to go to the school, but when we went to the school, I saw that many parents were taking their children out of the school. I told my daughter, oh, this school, if we all like take our kids out of this school, it's in Bedside, but they are in another building, and my daughter and the normal kids are in another building. So I told my daughter, I said, Mommy, when I take you out of this school, though the kids are not in the same building with you, I said, when I take you out of this school, another parents come, they take their kids out of this school. Who is going to show these handicapped kids? Who is going to show this, these kids? Who is going to show them love? They will feel that they are left out. They will feel that, oh, they are not the same with other kids. They will feel that nobody loved them. I told my daughter, please, in this school, let's show these kids some love. Because of what I did a video in our other channel, Susan Love TV. Try click to the video. A mistake every parent should never make. It's good for us to listen to our kids. It's good for us to think first about our kids. But because of I'm the kind of mom, I love kids, so I was not like, even when my daughter, she cried for 1 week. She said, Mommy, they are in Bedside, the way their face look, the way I told her, I said, Mommy, you are not in the same class, you are not in the same building. And that is true. It's another building of normal kids. My daughter, she's schooling, but just that is the same school. The kids, the handicapped kids, they're in another building. So I told my daughter, I said, Mommy, don't run away from these kids. When they come to you, they're just human beings. They didn't create themselves. Gradually, my daughter started school when she was in primary 3. Gradually, that was how my daughter graduated from a primary 6. So not knowing that this school, because the name is called Steiner School. Me and my daughter will come to Belgium. We don't know what is Steiner School. I didn't give birth to my daughter here. We came here when she was a year and 6 months. She started a nursery school here, did a nursery school, primary school. So when it's time for giving results certificates for primary 6, every child is have primary 6 certificate to go to class 1 in the secondary school. And the time to give certificate, they gave my daughter a certificate. I didn't even know the kind of certificate they give. Try watch the channel Susan Love TV and click to a mistake every parent should never make. Susan Love TV is our channel. You are going to watch and understand everything. I started taking I took my daughter's school because my daughter told me what she wants to read already, what she wants to study in secondary school, what she wants to become. I saw when my daughter in the school before the vacation of the primary school, I started taking my daughter's certificate and results they already give to us. I take all schools I went to. The same thing they were telling me that this certificate from this school cause tennis school that the handicap kids are in another building in that same compound of school that they don't take this certificate, that this certificate is for only handwork school. I put my head on my head. I was shouting. I was crying even. I was, Jesus, what kind of a mistake? Favoring other people kicks for me to displease my child. I said, oh my God, how are we going to get out of this? I begged and begged, and they told me there is a school, a Catholic secondary school. The woman is so an amazing woman, a Belgian woman. She told me that normally, even if my daughter, she went to that school and it's act of my mistake. So my mistake shouldn't affect my daughter, since my daughter wants to study with the brain and become who God declared her to be, that I should go back. Then she have sent letter already to Bruises, that they are going to put my daughter in Astrom. That is called Astrom, because this one that they are doing with handwork, that is Bistrom, that is the low basis. They can go there to do salon, to do cleaning, hold people bonbon, to do cooking. That is not what my daughter wants. I'm intelligent. She wants to study. She wants to study with her brain. My daughter don't want to hear that. And me, a mama, I didn't even study that in my secondary school to be cooking or be cooking. I didn't study that. I study as a law student before coming to Europe. So that was my focus of field of study, law student. So mom, coming to Europe, before I came to Europe, I studied in the field of law student. Then my child, can a mom that study a field of law student allow the child to go to the school to go and do cooking up? God forbid, it's never my daughter portion. Amen. So then when I explained to I'm a Belgian woman, she's so kind, and Catholic school, she told me that she have sent the message to Bruises headquarter of Belgium, that the school needs to, the director of the primary school my daughter went needs to give my daughter the certificate. Is a must, as long as my daughter wants to study with her brain. That I made a mistake. The mistake shouldn't affect my daughter future. So I went to the primary school. I knelt down. I went there more than 7 times. I begged the director of the school. He's a man. I told him, director, you know that my daughter is not supposed to be in this school. I made a mistake. Please, in the name of God, can you give my daughter the certificate every school wants so that my daughter can be in Astrom? This man refused. He said he will never give my daughter the certificate. I said, okay, no problem. I went back to the Catholic school. The Bruises really wrote, they put my daughter in the name for the Astrom, and the school called me that my daughter is already in the Astrom class. Do I already have the certificate? And I went there, I told the woman, they didn't give me the certificate. Even to the Belgian woman, she wanted to, she fed for me. She said, okay, I shouldn't worry, that since all schools are telling me that my daughter can go to that Bistrom, but in the Bistrom, when she do it good, they are going to give her the certificate for my daughter to now go to Astrom. Then it will not be 1 year backward. And in primary 3, in primary 1, they repeated my daughter already in primary 1. Already a racist teacher repeated my daughter in primary 1, saying that my daughter no, in primary 1, no, it was not a repeat. In primary 1, they said that, yes, it's also like a racist. The teacher said that the director of the school didn't complain. They promote my daughter to primary 2, but the teacher said that my daughter age is the youngest. You can imagine. My daughter age of primary 1 is the same age, whether it's it's not the months. They said because why my daughter age is the youngest in the class, but that is the same year my daughter needs to start primary 1 going to primary 2. So my daughter got results promoted to primary 2 because the teacher was a racist. She told the director that they should take my daughter back to primary 1, that my daughter is the youngest. The other kids are 8 years. My daughter is just 7 years, 6 years going to 7 years. There was nothing I could do. The director told me that I shouldn't worry. It's just a year. Before I know it, my daughter is in the primary 2. I said, okay. I told my daughter, I said, don't worry, my child. It's just a year. Before you know it, you're already in the... So my daughter already repeated. She didn't repeat. They already took my daughter already back, in her primary 1, in the primary school. So my daughter did 7 years in the primary school instead of 6 years. Just for nothing. She didn't repeat just because they said her age is the youngest among the kids in the class. So if after giving my daughter the certificate of the primary 1, so I was trying to explain to to the woman. The woman was like, she felt really bad. She said, so my daughter enemy will now be backwards for 2 years. Just like that. She didn't repeat. So I was saying, what are we going to do? So I said, okay, no problem. Instead of my daughter to stay in the house, let her go to that school. So she started that class 1. Though that my daughter didn't like it, I said, my child, just try, be there so that you can have that certificate. So to God be the glory. The class 1 school that my daughter went, that she did to the ending of the class 1, the school director, the woman, she explained everything already to the school. To God be the glory. The woman was faithful the way God was faithful, and she stood by stood by the truth, and she gave my daughter the certificate. So the time the woman gave my daughter the certificate, my daughter and me, we appreciate it. My daughter now have the certificate that she can study with her brain in the secondary school. Then my daughter is going to class 2. So for my daughter to now start with that certificate in class 2 in that astron to study with the brain in this country, it's not possible, unless that child needs to go back to class 1. So our enemy will not be 2 times backward, just because of why I want to show love to kids. So what we are trying to say is that when if it's only when what I'm trying to say is that when schools can allow our kids to choose their field of studies, the world will be a better place. That is true. If maybe in the primary 1, the teacher didn't care. So even if my daughter, she's the youngest, as long as she's intelligent, they move her to primary 2. By now, my daughter is supposed to be going to class 4 in the secondary school. Now she's going to class 3. Even the class 3 she's going, they don't still like want her to even still like be in the school. My daughter is doing homeschool now. Not that she wants to do homeschool, but because why the schools are not good. So that is what I'm trying. I know that among all the school here in Belgium, there are still few schools that when mamas are teaching there, they know that they have kids, so they're supposed to be kind also to other people's children. That's why I always say, don't do to my daughter and me what you don't want me and my daughter to do to you and your kids. So that's why I say, when schools can allow our kids to choose their field of studies, the world will be a better place. So now we are going to move over to reasons a Nigerian man born in US said he still didn't feel belonging even when he's an American citizen. So he have many reasons. So we are just going to be going over to the reasons. So before we move over to this one, we are going to talk about, anytime we are doing a new video, I always love to let's end the video we did the other time, which the video went off. So the video went off when we were talking about a couple who the husband and the wife, they divorced, and the man said in this video that because they stay long together and from their secondary school or their college, that they stay long together, so they were not coping anymore, so they went for divorce. So the wife also said apart that she felt already that the man was the man didn't love her anymore, and things were not working out good for them together as husband and wife. So she freed her husband and they went for divorce. They went their separate ways. So we were talking about that and the video went off. So our counselor told her 5 things she should do. So try watch to the video we did before this one if you want to know about this amazing woman, single. She's not a single mom. About this woman's story, try watch to the click to the video we did before this one. So we did among the 5 things the counselor told her, marriage counselor told her, we said 3 already. We said we said it already. Try watch the video just so that we can do the next video. So the 4th says, look something to look forward for every morning and every evening. So she said among what the counselor told her, because her counselor saw her when they divorced, that she was too much in depression. So the counselor said the only way she can get out of her depression, out of too much of her thinking, is these 5 things. So we said 3 already. The 4th says look something to look forward for every morning and every evening. That's true. Always be busy. When you think you are like in depression, when you think when you feel that you are thinking too much over something, try to always be busy. Try to look something to look forward for every morning, every evening. Always be busy. Always keep yourself busy, because when we are busy, there is nothing that thing you are thinking about is just out. But immediately you sit for a while, for a minute, for a 1 hour, for 2 hours, 3 hours, you are not doing anything. That is when all those your thinking will start occurring again in your brain, which is leading to depression. So to avoid depression, to avoid too much of thinking, it's good to always be busy with one thing or the other. So the fifth, the a counselor told her, is service. So I don't know the kind of service, maybe in the home, in the church, at anywhere. So the man, the counselor told her the fifth is service. So rounding up the video we did before this one. So to me, I wrote, I said it's very important to always talk to people. When you are thinking too much, it's not good and it's not healthy when you don't talk it out what bothers you. When it's not good and it's not healthy when you don't talk it out what bothers you. But when you talk it out, then you are relieved, and you are, when you talk it out, then you are relieved and you have less to think about. That is true. When you have something you are thinking about, what is causing depression is when you are thinking about something, you don't want another person to know about it. You want to keep it up to yourself. You think keeping it up to yourself, you can solve it only. You think when you say it out to people, you are exposing yourself. You think when you say it out to people, people will laugh at you. It's better for people to laugh at you than something else, you know. So when you think too much, it can lead to anything from depression. It can lead to affecting the brain, to any other thing. So it's better you say it out even when people laugh at you, than for it to lead to depression or for it to lead to more dangerous things. So that is why I said, when you say it out, when you talk it out, then you are relieved and you have less to think about. So now we are going to move over to our the second video we are doing today, which says reasons a Nigerian man born in US said he still didn't feel belonging in US even when he's an American citizen. So number one reasons why he said he still feel he doesn't he still feel it's not belonging to US even when he's an American citizen, even when he's born in US. So number one reason why he says he prefer, to his topic, he says he prefer Nigeria over US. So now the reason why he says he prefer Nigeria over America, number one reason, he says the weather. I'm going to try to rush it. He says the weather. He said because in Nigeria we have a very sunshine everywhere, is, you know, sunshine, bright and beautiful. He said but in America, always cloudy, always cold, always jacket, always snow and all. He says even when it's summertime, he says sometimes the weather, just like, you know, the weather can change at any time. So he says he prefer Nigeria weather over America weather. So that is one of the reasons why he prefer living in Nigeria over America. So it says number two reason why I prefer living in Nigeria over America, it says security. It says security. This can like be a strange word to people. People might like say, oh, how can Nigeria be a safer place to America? It says to him, Nigeria is a safer place for him to live in and his wife and kids to live over America. He said because why? In America, he says he knows that there are a lot of crime everywhere. He says but in America, a lot of dangerous things are happening. Even in the street, people can do bad to people, a lot of things. He said but in Lagos, where he stays, in the environment where he stays in, himself, his wife and his kids, he said he is more safer there than living in America. So number three reason why he says he prefer living in Nigeria over America, it says food. Food, everybody knows. It says in Nigeria we have fresh foods, we have fresh fruits, we have fresh vegetables. So it says it showed a lot of food. It said when he goes to restaurants in Nigeria, he has a lot of different kind of food are made with vegetables, and it says he love vegetables, spinach in the food, ogbolo soup, vegetable, he love it in the okra soup, in a egusi soup, in a wudu soup, in banga soup, every soup he love fresh vegetables to be in. He says so in Nigeria, all restaurants, there are a lot of fresh foods, fresh fruits and fresh vegetables. So it says in Nigeria there are a lot of yummy too delicious food. So he prefer Nigeria food over America. So food is also among the reason why he says he prefer living in Nigeria over America. He said because in America the only food him, his wife and his kids they eat is always the same food: pasta, spaghetti, pizza, pasta, spaghetti, pizza. So he said he's tired of eating pasta, spaghetti, pizza in America, but in Nigeria he have options of 1,000 of different kind of delicacy food that it can choose from. So it says also number 4, it says bills. Bill is another reason why it's prefer living in Nigeria over America. Now I'm going to read what it says. It says bills. In Nigeria have less structured bills. In America, when he gets his pay, he uses all for bills in America. This needs to be too much. This leads to too much depression in US. So it says bill is another thing. Bills, when we bring bill, light bill, gas bill, electricity bill, school everything bills. It says this leads to too much of bills in America, in USA, leads a lot of people to depression. So he also went ahead and said, the systemic bills system cannot let you have peace of mind. He says in Nigeria, he used a gas for cooking. He said he bought a gas for cooking and he uses the gas for 3 months. He said he don't have a month's pay bills in Nigeria. That is true. Another reason why he said he prefer Nigeria, leaving Nigeria to America, he says in Nigeria he don't have any month's bills paying. He said, but in America, a lot of bills you need to pay every month. So he also went ahead and wrote it. He said another great thing in Nigeria is about paying 1 full year rent, and he said that it's so cool. So he says the apartment where him and his kids and wife they live in Nigeria, I say only once in a year they pay it, 1 full year rent, and that is cool. So he said to him he prefer that he pays that 1 full year rent, then he knows that throughout the year is of peace of mind. So he also went ahead, he said number five, first he says weather, security, food and bills. So number 5 now, the reason why Nigerian man says he prefer living in Nigeria over America, even when his American citizen is born in America. He says 5, tax. He says in US, when you work, just know that 25% is gone for the tax. He says, and the more money you make, the higher tax you pay. For example, when you earn $1,000, what you will receive is $750. Every single thing bought, for example, biscuit, is for paying tax, and that is truth. It's everywhere, also here in Europe, everywhere. So he also went ahead and said, and also here in Europe, I also wrote this, I said, also here in Europe, every shopping me and my daughter we shop, every food we pay, every shopping my daughter and me we shop, every food we buy, everything my daughter and me we buy, we pay tax to it. So to all our subscribers, viewers and fans out there, if you don't know that the food stuff that we and our kids we buy, that we are paying we are paying a tax, so you just know. Let's use this London Nancy English breakfast tea, this American breakfast tea. Let's use it to give example. This tea my daughter and me we bought in Lidl. So I don't know where the receipt is. If I can bring the receipt now, if I know I put where the receipt is, I don't know, because of time. Maybe next time we can do that. If you want us to see where the taxes are in everything, every foodstuff, everything we and our kids buy, try to comment it. By God's grace, we are going to do the video. When I see the comment you want us to show the taxes, so this alone, my daughter and me, we pay tax for it. Everything we buy, we pay tax for it. This and the shop, everything, every food, my daughter and me, we pay tax for it. So that is why I gave example for biscuit, up to chips, up to milk, every food, everything we and our kids we buy, we pay taxes for it. So that is what I also wrote, because that is true. So I also went ahead and wrote shopping for me and my daughter, every food we pay, every food we buy, we pay tax. When we check our receipts of payment, we will see the tax is already collected. When we pay, we will see that the tax is already collected when we pay. Also the home we live. So he also wrote, he said, also the home we live, we pay tax. That is the system of abroad. But in Nigeria, I said, but in Nigeria, when you buy foodstuffs, that is just the price. So another reason why he prefers living in Nigeria over America is say in Nigeria, not everything you need to pay tax. Example of foodstuff we and our kids will buy in the supermarket. In Nigeria, once you buy the price that is written in it in the supermarket, in the market, in the shop, this is the price. You don't need to pay tax for it in Nigeria, even to the food that we buy. So he also went ahead and wrote, but in Nigeria, when you buy foodstuffs, that is just the price. You don't need to pay tax for the foodstuffs. He said you don't need to pay tax for the foodstuff. He said all these things makes money finish fast abroad. That is true. So paying tax also, he said paying tax also for foodstuffs, all these things makes money finish fast abroad. So he went ahead to number 6. He says lifestyle. He says lifestyle is also among the reason why he left America in and his kids and wife and decided living in Nigeria. Finally, say lifestyle. He said in Nigeria there are more lots opportunity to be social. He said he stay more time outdoors than USA. He said in USA he is indoor a lot. That he have to force himself to go out. He said in USA sometimes he just get bored. He said he like his lifestyle in Nigeria. He don't need to start doing things too early when he don't want to. So the reason why he added lifestyle as the reason why he love him and his kids living in Nigeria, he prefer him and his kids living in Nigeria over America. He says the lifestyle. He says the lifestyles. He says sometimes in America it's always indoor, but in Nigeria it's always outdoor. He say also another reason, because in Nigeria he can start doing things the time he wants, but in America maybe you are going to work, you must start work 6 o'clock, so you must start getting ready by 4 a.m. So that's in Nigeria, he's not going to be getting up 4 a.m. because why? He have his work doing in Nigeria. So he knows the time he's going to calculate when he's going to start doing things. Just like the school my daughter did in this class 2 now, before some students started gossiping and they were fighting, and my daughter is now home doing homeschool. We are searching for a better secondary school. I pray my daughter and me get a better secondary school for my daughter. Amen. Good health and long life. God Almighty has permanent for my daughter and me. Amen. This 5 months, September last year to January ending this year, for the 5 months my daughter we are going to school. My daughter and me we are going to school from a city here to another city. And when the time my daughter and me we start to do things every day. Our alarm rings every day from 1st of September, from September to ending of January this year, 5 months. Our alarm will ring 15 minutes to 5. That is how my daughter and me will start to do things. 15 minutes to 5, then till we get to my daughter's school. It will take my daughter and me 3 hours to get to my daughter's school, because it's the city where we are. It's not even the villages where we are. It's in another city. So it will take my daughter and me from our house here 3 hours to get to my daughter's school. And it will take my daughter and me also another 3 hours before we come to there. So every day, for going and coming to my daughter's school for that 5 months, we're taking 6 hours to 8 hours that my daughter is studying. That is already 14 hours every day for 5 months. For 14 hours we are doing. So these are among the things that the man said that in Africa, he will have the time that he start to do things. I know for kids also in Africa, we need to get up on time. But when school is closer to our kids, there is no way we can start telling our kids, start doing things to 5 o'clock. Many kids that their house is just like 10 minutes from school, maybe, or 20 minutes from school. Maybe they start to do things even 7 o'clock, because most school starts 8:30. So by the time the school is in another city, you see that we start getting up. Before we know it, it's every day for 5 months. My daughter and we are doing it 14 hours every day. Sometimes we relax 4 hours. The alarm will ring, we start, So well, this is my reason, among the reasons why he prefer living in Nigeria over America. It says because why he is not going, he don't need to start doing things too early when he don't want to. He said he loves living close to the beach. He said when he wants to change his apartment in Nigeria, he have lots of people to help him with his stuffs. He said in Nigeria, you can get a driver, a nanny, a chef, and it's affordable. That is true. In Europe, in abroad, where are you going to get a nanny? Where are you going to get a driver? Where are you going to get a chef? For you to get a chef, a nanny, and driver in America, that means you need to pay the salary for your work. If you are getting 1,000 euros for salary, or in abroad in Europe here where we live, if you are getting like America, you are getting $1,000 for your salary. So that $1,000 you are going to use it to pay for your nanny. That $1,000 you are going to use it to pay for your driver in the ending of the month. That $1,000 you are going to use it to pay for your chef. He said, but in Nigeria, you can get a driver, a nanny, and a chef, and it's very affordable. So he also went ahead and wrote, he says, it's a cost of living. Number 7 reason why the Nigerian masses he prefer living in Nigeria over America. He said cost of living, even with inflation is still feels that cost of living is better in Nigeria than USA. He said cost of living in USA is expensive. He said, for example, the 3 bedrooms apartment they live in Nigeria close to the beach, he said in USA is $6,000. You will get it. It's $6,000. You will get it. He said cost of living is better in Nigeria than USA. That is true. He said they live the 3 rooms apartment. Him, his wife, and kids are living in Nigeria. He said that kind of apartment is close because he says he loves staying close to the beach side. He said that kind of apartment that he and his kids are living in Nigeria, when they get that kind of apartment close to the beach in USA, he says he is going to pay $6,000 for that kind of apartment. So he says cost of living in Nigeria is better than in USA. So number 8, he says number 8, opportunities. Opportunities, he says, is another reason why he prefer living in Nigeria over America. He said opportunities. He said there is a better opportunities to build wealth in Nigeria. He said you can have an idea in Nigeria, you can execute the idea in Nigeria. For example, Nigeria have electricity problem, and there are people building solar system. He said when you come to Nigeria, you are in that field if you are in that field, you will make it. Also, if you know how to coach and teach people, we have more than 200 million people in Nigeria. That is true. Another reason, opportunities. Say Nigeria, there are lots of opportunities in Nigeria, that when you come to Nigeria, like a field of electricity, because Nigeria always have a problem of electricity. The light can go off as we are doing this video now. If it's Nigeria, the light can go off anytime. Only families that have gen in their home, they can just change it, on their gen, and then, or have a plant in their home, and then they can have electricity. But when they don't have generator, they don't have a plant in their home, they are going to remain in darkness till they bring the light. So it says now there is solar system, people doing it, building solar system in homes. So if you are coming to Nigeria, you have something that Nigeria needs. He said you are going to make it. When you are coming to Nigeria, you have the field of electricity, field of solar system is a problem in Nigeria, electricity is a problem. He said you are going to make it. So he also went ahead and wrote, Nigeria is land of opportunities. He said anything you think is a challenge in Nigeria, there is always opportunity, you will build wealth. So I'm trying to rush it because I want us to do all the video. It's still a little long. So 9 says easier access to skilled technicians. So it says he also take this as the reason why he also prefer living Nigeria to America. He said easier access to skilled technicians. He said in Nigeria it's very easier to have access to technicians because technicians are everywhere in Nigeria in what you need them for. He said that makes him creative. For example, he wants to change something in his house. He knows he can do it and be affordable. That is true. He said technicians are everywhere. Like, for example, something break in his house, he can get a technician to come and repair anything that breaks in his house in Nigeria, and it's affordable. So he also prefer easier access to skin technicians. He says it's in Nigeria. He also prefer skin technicians over America. The reason why I prefer living in Nigeria over America. So 10 says purposes. He said he think he can live more purpose for life in Nigeria. He said he is a community builder. He said he did this in USA. He said he feels the people knows it. They don't need him much. He said, but in Nigeria, He said he can make much more bigger impact. He said in general, everything he's doing to try to make income of living, he said is easier to impart in Nigeria. He said because what is doing in USA, he don't even know if they appreciate that much. So it says that is among also purpose is among the reason why I prefer living in Nigeria over America. So 11 says value and cultural preservation. So he also wrote, he said he has been enjoying, he did a video, but I'm just the one that wrote it everything out because I don't want to forget it because it's important. He said he has been enjoying living in Nigeria because he wanted to expose his family to Nigeria culture. He said he wants his daughters to know Nigeria culture. For example, he said we Nigerians, what we are, what our value is when it comes to respect, how we treat people, relationship, marriage, the dynamic between an adult and a kid, the language. So all these things, culture and value and cultural preservation, he wants his kids to learn all this. That is why he prefer his kids wife living in Nigeria over America. So 12, it says feeling of belonging. He said no matter what he did in USA for him to feel belonging, he said he still didn't feel belonging. He said but in Nigeria he feels like home. He said he is free with everyone. He thinks everyone is just like him in Nigeria. He said he don't think some Africa people will understand unless they leave US and go to Africa country like Nigeria. That is when you are going to feel that you are belonging in Nigeria. He said he said these are the main reason he preferred living in Nigeria over America. He said but there is a lot of good things, there's a lot of good things in America, for example, job opportunities. So he also said, but there is a lot of good things in America, job opportunity. He also went ahead, he said, for example, who love Nigeria like him can relate the reasons why he prefer Nigeria over America. He said he was born in US but spent lots of time in Nigeria. He said he spent 20 years in America. He said he knows the differences. He said he's still connected to America. He said he's just being honest with everyone. The reason why he prefers Nigeria over America. He said access to capital is easy in America. So he says another thing. Getting job in America, he says it's easier, and he says access to capital is easier in America. So you can see the difference what he's saying. So he didn't just say over only about Nigeria. He said access to capital is easy in USA. He said to have a privilege of being a USA citizen. He says he have the privilege of being a USA citizen. He said in general, living wise, he prefers Nigeria over USA. So he says in general, living wise, he prefers Nigeria over USA. So amazing, beautiful people, what do you think about this video? Because at the end of the video, he also asks every one of us that we should comment which do we agree on everything he said and which we didn't agree on. You know, America, to me, I think that abroad is all the same. America, being you living in America, being we and our kids also and living here and in Europe, abroad, America, Canada, Europe, and Australia, abroad is abroad. So if there's going to be maybe little difference of what he just said about America to Europe countries where we and our kids live, to America, to Canada, to Australia, to any country abroad, if there is going to be difference, I think it's just going to be little difference, because I think that abroad the system is like almost the same. So I also went ahead and wrote, I said another reasons why we Africans feel and think our country of origin is way better than abroad is because is one, some people abroad and some abroad countries or abroad cities, people make us see that we Africans, we are not welcome in their country. That is true. Another reason why we like Africans, we are like thinking, oh, is it better we and our kids go back to our country of origin? Is because some countries, some abroad countries, Europe, America countries, or some people, some cities, when they see we Africans and our kids, it's like they make us see that we Africans, we are not welcome in their country. They can do something that you will start like beginning to ask yourself, are you really welcome in this their country? So that is another reason that we Africans, we think that we are not welcome abroad, because there are some certain things, the way they see us, feel the way they see we Africans, that we are not welcome in their country, and the way they treat us, sometimes they treat us like we are not welcome in their country. So that is another reason we Africans would think that our country of origin is way better than we living in abroad. So too, I said, because some schools don't because some schools don't allow our kids to choose their field of studies. Some teachers forces kids to choose what they don't want to study. That is truth. Abroad, that is just what I talk about. What happened because of the mistake I did in my daughter primary school, and even thing, many schools, you see many children, on social everywhere, they are all complaining. There are some schools that a lot of amazing teachers who are moms also know that when they treat other mom child bad, it's not a good thing, because they will not love their kids to be treated bad. So some moms that are teachers out there, they will treat our kids good, but there are some who are like singles, they don't have kids, there are even some who already have kids, but they already have like that raises blood in them, that when they see other kids, they want to like force the kids to do what they don't want to do, even when they know that the kids are focused. Even when they know that the kids know what they want to study, they want to force the kids to do what they don't want to do. They want to force them into the field of studies which they don't want. So I also went ahead and said, 3, some people see we parents inferior, that we shouldn't work the kind of work we love to work, but all they want you to do for a work is just cleaning jobs, cleaning people houses. That is true. Some abroad country, even up to Belgium, yeah, everything. I worked 2 years voluntary work, taking care of babies. I did that voluntary work free. I work in the old people's place called Zobidreft. 6 months, I helped them. 6 months there, 2 years and 6 months voluntary work free. They didn't ask me certificate, but when it comes to now, I want to work now, receiving money, then they are not telling me that I must have this, I must do this, I must do this. So I have the 2.4. I must still go to another course for like 10 months, maximum 1 year, for me to have the certificate. But when I did the voluntary work, taking care of babies, nobody told me to bring certificates. I did it, and they know that I'm perfect. I have the certificate. Even thank God, the place I did voluntary work, they gave me amazing certificate, that even when really someone see that certificate, they don't even supposed to even like ask me that I must go to another course, of it, of Vesorgen, but they want to see that certificate. But when you want to do voluntary work, nobody will ask you certificate. I did 2 years, 6 months voluntary work free in this country. Nobody asked me certificate in the crèche. I did voluntary work 2 years. Nobody asked me certificate in the where the old people lives, that I did 6 months voluntary work. Nobody asked me certificate. So first says, that is why I said only when you are welcome to a country, then you can call that country your home. That is true. When you are in a country, they don't welcome you. How can you call the country your home? Just like me and my daughter were in this country, I always say the government of this country is a super. When you are looking for a country, you are looking for a country that the government stands for the people and their children. Belgium is one of the country that the government is doing their best to stand for our kids and we the parents. So the only problem is that some places that you will go, if you are lucky, you meet good people in the offices, you are lucky. But when you meet the opposite of the people, you will regret why you went to that office. So thanks for watching. Hope you learned something from this video. I say again, that is why I said only when you are welcome to a country, that is when you can call that country your home. When you feel like neglected, when you feel that you want something, you want to be something, and they are telling you to be another thing, you are not welcome. When you go to office, you see that someone that went to that office just got that thing you went for now, but when you go there, they make your own negative. It's like you are not welcome. That is why I said only when you are welcome to a country, that is when you can call the country your home. So you will not blame this Nigerian man who finally went back to Nigeria and settled with his wife and kids, and settled in Nigeria with his wife and kids. Even when he's spent 20 years in America, he don't care because he feel that Nigeria is his home, his welcome home. But he may be in America, he was feeling that he's not welcome, he's not belonging. So hope you learned something from this video. Faithful God Almighty, who guides, protect, and blesses me and my daughter this day and forevermore with good health and long life. God Almighty has permanent for my daughter and me this day and forever. Amen. We continue to do the same for you and your kids. Please subscribe. Subscription is free. Please, when you subscribe, don't forget to press the notification bell so that anytime my daughter and me will upload amazing videos like this, you will be the first to be noticed. And please do share this amazing video. If you learned something from this video, please don't forget to give a thumbs up. Please don't forget to subscribe. See you and my daughter with good health and long life. God Almighty has permanent for my daughter and me in our next video by His grace. Amen. Big hug from my daughter and me to your kids. Enjoy your day. Remain blessed.